What if I told you that most of your suffering has nothing to do with life itself, not the economy, not even failure? Your suffering comes from one fatal mistake, trying to control what was never yours to control. The Stoics understood this over 2,000 years ago, and they built one principle so powerful that mastering it can free you from almost all unnecessary suffering. They called it the dichotomy of control. Epictetus was born a slave. He owned nothing. He controlled almost nothing about his external life. Yet this former slave became one of history's greatest philosophers. Why? Because he discovered something most powerful people never understand. Some things are up to us, and some things are not. Most humans live under an illusion. They believe peace will come when the world finally obeys their desires. When people act right, when money increases, when opportunities align, when luck improves. So they chase control. Control over outcomes, control over reputation, control over people, control over the future. But reality has no obligation to satisfy your expectations. And this is where suffering begins. Epictetus divided existence into two realms. First, the things within your control, your judgments, your choices, your values, your intentions, your responses. These belong to your prohairesis, your moral faculty of choice, your sovereign will. This is your true domain. No one can force you to think dishonorably. No one can force you to surrender virtue. They may chain your body, but they cannot chain your reason unless you hand it over. That is why the Stoics believe character is the only true possession. Then there is the second realm, everything outside your control. Other people's opinions, the weather, politics, economic collapse, death, luck, timing, even your own body. To a large extent, you can train it, feed it, strengthen it, but you cannot command it to never age. This realization shocks the ego, because the ego craves certainty. It wants guarantees. Stoicism offers none. Why are so many people anxious? Because their emotional stability depends on unstable things. They attach peace to outcomes. I'll be happy when I get that job. I'll be okay if she loves me back. I'll feel worthy if people admire me. This is psychological slavery. Because your peace now lives in external hands. And whatever controls your peace controls you. The Stoics warned against this, not because they do not matter at all, but because they do not determine moral worth. Money is indifferent. Status is indifferent. Praise is indifferent. Their value depends entirely on how you use them. Everything else is secondary. Stoicism goes beyond acceptance. It asks for something radical, a more fatty love of fate, not mere tolerance. Love, to accept every event as necessary within the architecture of reality. This is Stoic power. Here is the hidden war destroying most people. They fight reality itself. They argue with the past. They resist the present. They fear the future. But reality always wins. You cannot negotiate with what has already happened. You cannot bully the universe into compliance. The more you resist reality, the more reality crushes you. Stoicism teaches surrender, not surrender of effort, surrender of illusion. Work with intensity, act with excellence, but release attachment to outcomes. Plant the seed, detach from the harvest. The Stoics train something few people train. Perception. An event itself is neutral. Your interpretation gives it emotional power. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. This is not denial. This is mastery over interpretation. Your mind is the gatekeeper. Guard it. Today's chains are rarely physical. They are psychological. Dependence creates fear. Fear creates slavery. The Stoic does not waste emotional energy fighting inevitability. He redirects energy toward action. This is practical freedom. This is mental clarity. This is power. Imagine living like this. Insults no longer destabilize you. Delays no longer anger you. Uncertainty no longer terrifies you. You still feel emotion, but emotion no longer governs your decisions. The storm still exists, but you are no longer the storm. You become the mountain. Still, steady, unmoved. That is Stoic strength. Remember Epictetus. Some things are up to you. Some things are not. Know the difference. And in that difference, you may find liberation. If this philosophy challenged your perspective, subscribe for more deep Stoic wisdom. Because in a noisy world, inner mastery is becoming rare, and rare minds shape history.